What's going on, guys? We got Rich here, we got Sean here, we got the famous Bubbles here, as always. And today we're going to talk about the 7 things that we would do if we're trying to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. I'm going to let Sean kick it off first with his first. I'll go mine. We'll kind of go back and forth. But what's the very first thing that you would do, Sean, if you had to lose 30 pounds in 90 days?
I didn't include the 3 obvious ones, so I know there's lift weights, of course, track protein, track your food and your calories, of course. I'm guessing Rich has those anyway, so I didn't include it, but those would be my top 3. The number one thing that I actually had down is I would weigh myself every single day. And this seems like such a small, obvious thing, but you can feel like you're doing everything correctly, but sometimes the energy balance doesn't necessarily add up. If you're tracking yourself every single day, rather than even once a week or once a month, you're gonna get a really good idea of the overall trend. So even though those days might spike, you get high days, you get low days, you can see where that trend is working. And if you have a weight loss or fat loss goal like we do in this video, it's gonna be super important to track progress objectively.
Okay.
Did you have that?
I'll get back. I'll circle back to that later. I did have it. I don't have that much to add to it, but I'll go later on my list. The number one thing I would do, though, guys, if I had to lose 30 pounds in 90 days is, like Sean said, I would track calories, and more specifically, I would take my body weight in pounds and times by 10 for how many calories I'm having. This is pretty obvious, guys. If you're trying to lose fat, the number one thing that you can do is quantify how many calories you're taking in, and I won't leave it to chance. So if I need to lose 30 pounds in 90 days, that's the number one thing that I would do for sure. I know you don't have that on your list, so because I guess you said the 3 obvious ones, but what's number 2 for you?
Number 2, I would do an environment audit. So most people know what to do. So if I put a gun to your head and told you you had to lose weight, you could probably figure out what to do. So it's not people having the awareness or education problem, it's being able to stick with it. And one of the biggest things that hold people back is they are constantly surrounded by temptations and pressures and triggering foods in their house that you can only rely on discipline and willpower for so long before you're going to cave in. So when I say environment audit, look at your shelves, look at your pantry. If you live alone, especially, this is super easy. Get rid of all those things. If you live with other people, try to keep all those triggering foods out of sight, out of mind, and make sure you're setting yourself up for success as much as possible. So an environment audit for me is one of the most underrated things you can do to set yourself up for success.
Fair enough. So mine's a little more generic, I guess you could say, because we're talking about a sprint here in 90 days. I think Sean's going more like full picture, which is still great. But for me, I would track my protein, and I would hit 0.8 grams of protein per body weight in pounds. So for a nice round number, if I weigh 200 pounds, I would make sure I'm getting 160 grams of protein every single day. Reason being, guys, I don't want to get too much into the depths here because I'm sure you know the benefits of protein, but it's going to help you retain your muscle. But the biggest thing in the fat loss phase, especially when you are trimming calories, it's going to make you feel full. So that would be a surefire thing I would absolutely do if I had to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. What's number 3?
Yeah, totally. So I agree with everything Rich is saying. I kind of had a feeling he was going to go in this more kind of take it literally, where I wanted a little bit more abstract, which is good because I think you get a little bit of both perspectives here. Number 3, kind of going along the same lines as what I was saying for number 2. This one is be proactive and have contingencies. Exact same thing I said before. It's almost like that Mike Tyson quote, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. So you might have great intentions. You wake up in the morning, you get your workout in, you go to work, and then all of a sudden your work takes you too long, you're stressed out, you come home late, and you're supposed to eat healthy, but now you're hungry and you're lazy and you're stressed and you're just going to grab the most convenient thing ever. So what you want to do is you want to be proactive. Either meal plan in advance, make sure you have those meals planned out so you know exactly what you're going to do, or have even like emergency meals in your freezer just in case situations like that happen, because it's just a matter of time before these emergencies happen, guys. Everything doesn't just work smoothly, so intentions don't really matter. Making sure that you have contingencies when things go wrong, because they will, is going to set you up for success. So be proactive, not reactive.
Third thing, can you guess my third one? I'm guessing you can.
I'm guessing it has to do with either strength training or steps.
Damn straight. Number 3 I have, guys, I would weight train 5 times per week. Now, again, this is what I would do. So for me, I would personally train 5 times per week. You can still strength train 3-4 times a week. Not a big difference. Like, the main purpose of it isn't to get like a calorie burn. The goal of it is to retain our muscle in a fat loss phase. And obviously, the more muscle you have, the more metabolically active you're going to be. So for myself personally, 5 times per week, an upper, lower, push, pull, lower split. That's what I would do. That's how I would execute it. What's number 4 for you?
Number 4, this is something we see with a lot of our guys. We even have an entire nutrition program named around this, and that's having a weekend plan. We call them the weekend warriors. So a lot of men especially will be really good Monday through Friday, and then the weekends they go off the wagon, and then they kind of justify and rationalize things. 5 good days versus 2 bad days. But as hopefully you guys know, those 2 bad days can easily override those 5 good days. So either be proactive and set yourself up so you give yourself a little bit of wiggle room in the weekend, or make sure you fix yourself within the next week coming up. And also make sure that if you do have the 1 or 2 bad days, that you're able to get back on track. So making sure that one day, the one meal, the one weekend doesn't completely derail your progress is such a huge skill set that a lot of guys need to be aware of before you start, because it can completely ruin your progress.
And by the way, guys, download that in the comments. We'll put it there. If you want to grab our free weekend warrior plan, it's a game changer. Make sure you download it. Fourth thing I have one more obvious one. Then I get to a few more curveballs, kind of like Sean. After the fourth thing I would do, again, if I had to lose 30 pounds in 90 days, is I would get at least 10,000 steps per day. I'm sure you could have guessed that one. Don't need to get too much of the science of it, guys. The more you move, the more calories you're going to burn. Now, the number in terms of how many calories you burn is kind of small in the grand scheme of things, but it still adds up. Like if you're burning a few hundred more calories every single day because you're moving more, it might not make a big difference in like a couple days or a week, but over 90 days, it can add up, and that can be an extra few pounds here and there. Every pound matters, guys, especially if you are trying to lose the 30 pounds in just 3 months. Number 5, we got 3 more each.
So this worked out perfectly. I actually had that as my number 5.
Ooh,
prioritize walking. I agree with him. The one thing I will disagree is I think it makes a huge difference. He said it doesn't make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. I think it makes a huge difference if you're super active versus someone who's sedentary. So yeah, it can be an absolute game changer, and it's something that we recommend. It's low impact, low intensity, doesn't hurt the joints. Something that you can do even if you're training hard and dieting down. So make it a non-negotiable, guys.
Yeah, fair. When I say not a massive difference, I'm talking like more like 7 to 8K to 10K, like slight difference, right? If you're talking like 5K to like 12K, then yeah, I would say that's a massive difference, but little context there. So this is the 5th thing. I don't think Sean's going to have this one, but the 5th thing I would do, and you might be like, why am I going to say this? I would sleep at least 8 hours a night. First off, before I get into that, do you agree or disagree?
I agree. I was going to include that I didn't, but I agree.
Okay. So for me, guys, again, I put for me 8 hours. This is me talking here. I'm a prima donna when it comes to sleep. Anything less than 8 hours or even 7.5 hours, I get cranky. For some of you, that might be even 7 hours is a good number to reach for. But sleep, guys, is going to set the foundation for fat loss. If you are tired, good luck staying full, good luck staying motivated, and good luck having energy to work out and smashing the workouts. So sleep is kind of like the bottom of the iceberg that no one really sees, but it sets the foundation for that iceberg, because if your sleep sucks, it makes everything 10 times more difficult. Anything to add to that? Number 6?
No, I agree. I actually kind of like how this video is going, because Rich is giving you guys a lot of like really objective things that you can kind of go right away, whereas I'm talking more abstract, bigger picture, more philosophical type of things as well. So you can definitely play both of these sides as well. So number 6 is something that I've experienced and made this mistake myself. Don't do this, and that's don't ignore fiber. So fiber, when you're dropping calories, if you're in a calorie deficit, is going to take a hit naturally, especially if you're lowering your carbs. 2 problems here. Number 1, fiber actually helps with your calorie balance. So as you take in fiber, your body doesn't take in all of those calories. It actually excretes quite a bit of it. So even though you take in 100 calories of fiber, your body might excrete 20% of that, so you actually only take in 80 calories. So you do get that calorie benefit, but also for digestion, guys, trust me, if you're ignoring fiber during a fat loss phase, we see this all the time with our clients. You're not going to look good, you're not going to feel good, you're going to be miserable. So aim slowly, gradually increase it. Make sure you have foods that have fiber, but also you can supplement it as well. I think it's something that's super underrated and not talked about enough, which is why I included it in this list for me.
The 6th thing I have, this might be controversial, but again, this is for me. The 6th thing I would do is I would make sure I have at least 1 or 2 meals that are quote-unquote cheat meals within the week. Now, you might be thinking, like, why would I do that if I'm trying to lose 30 pounds in 90 days? Why not just be strict 100% of the time? I would crash out. I don't think I could do 3 months in a row of just like eating clean, down my calories, no pizza, no whiskey, just like being completely clean 24/7. So I would need something to look forward to. And again, this is what Sean kind of mentioned before, the weekend warrior. I would factor it into my calories and kind of budget for a little bit higher calorie day and then compensate with a little bit with some lower calorie days. But I would make sure, guys, that I am somewhat enjoying it and I'm not just like starving myself and having the same foods 7 days a week. Gotta have a little bit of variety. Gotta look forward to a couple meals in the weekend. So that's what I would do if I'm trying to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. One more each?
Yeah, so that's the only one that I might disagree with. But remember, the video is what I would do. That's what Rich would do. That's not saying that's what everyone should do. I think a lot of people, that actually does more harm than good. But for him, it works great. For a lot of you, it works great. So you got to know yourself. Last one here, I would have a dream team. And when I say a dream team, I just mean some sort of support system. This could be a friend. This could be a community. This could be a coach. Someone to help you and kind of guide you, or even just be with you along the process, can make things so much easier. It's that added sense of accountability, but also inspiration, motivation, giving you all of these things that you need to not just succeed over the first few days, but make it a long-term thing as well. It's one of those things that a lot of people don't take into consideration. If you're going at it alone, you're going to rationalize, you're going to be able to kind of give yourself excuses to let yourself off the hook. If you have a coach especially, that's not going to happen. If you have a great community, probably not going to happen as well. So that would be my last one.
Last one I had, Sean already said it. I would weigh myself every single day. I don't want to get too much in the weeds of it, guys. Sean made the points all perfectly there. Just to make sure you are, guys, being consistent. See, Bubbles agrees to sleep. He sleeps a lot, so if he's trying to lose weight, he's dialed in there. Right, Bubs? You can tell he's tired right now. But those are 7 things, guys. Let us know if you agree with all of ours. Maybe we missed one. Here's something interesting, though. I'm surprised you didn't say it. None of us said cardio when it comes to this, right?
Yeah.
So we'll say that for our video another day, guys, but none of us say cardio. But if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe. Sean or Bubs, anything you else want to add?
That's it. We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.